During the 2024 MLB season, the New York Mets needed a starting pitcher to step up after Kodai Senga dealt with injuries. Enter Sean Manaea, the left-hander who not only filled that role but excelled, earning himself a key position atop the Mets rotation for the foreseeable future. According to multiple reports, Manaea has agreed to a 3-year, $75 million deal to return to the Mets. ESPN's Jeff Passan was the first to break the news. Manaea, 32, was arguably the Mets' most impactful starter last season, especially during their playoff run to the National League Championship Series. After spending the previous year bouncing between the Giants' rotation and bullpen, Manaea signed a 2-year, $28 million contract with an opt-out after the 2024 season. He quickly proved his worth, finishing the regular season with a 12-6 record, a 3.47 ERA, a 1.08 WHIP, and 184 strikeouts over a career-high 181 2/3 innings. When Senga went down with shoulder and calf injuries, Manaea stepped in and became one of the Mets' top starters, reworking his delivery and lowering his arm angle. His adjustments paid off, as he finished with 12 quality starts in his final 17 outings, 9 of which lasted at least 7 innings. Manaea's contributions were critical during the Mets' push for the playoffs, and he was an essential part of their rotation during the postseason. In the playoffs, Manaea was stellar. In his first 3 postseason starts, he scored 2-0, securing victories over the Phillies in the NLCS Game 3 and the Dodgers in the NLCS Game 2. During those starts, he allowed just 5 earned runs in 17 innings, 2.65 ERA, striking out 17. However, Manaea hit a wall in his final start, allowing 5 earned runs in just 2 innings in the Dodgers' clinching Game 6 win. Following the season, Manaea opted out of his contract, turning down a $21.05 million qualifying offer from the Mets. His strong performance throughout the year allowed him to re-enter free agency, where he ultimately landed a lucrative 3-year deal with New York. During his time in New York, Manaea was fond of the city. He became a fan favorite by riding the subway to games and building a strong presence in the clubhouse. With his new contract, Manaea is expected to continue his role as a top starter in the Mets rotation alongside Senga. In addition to Manaea's return, the Mets have made other key additions to their pitching staff. They signed Frankie Montas to a 2-year, $34 million deal and Clay Holmes to a 3-year, $38 million contract, including player options for the final season. Fellow left-hander David Peterson, who also had a strong 2024 campaign, is expected to secure a spot in the rotation. The Mets' pitching staff is rounding into form, with depth provided by players like Paul Blackburn, Griffin Canning, and Tyler Megill, all of whom can eat innings when called upon. Manaea's return to the Mets marks a significant step in the team's efforts to strengthen their starting rotation. With a solid mix of veteran arms and emerging talent, the Mets will be looking to build on their 2024 success and remain contenders in the National League.